Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. Thank you for watching today. Today is July the 11th and we are going to be making a card today. It's kind of a little fun fold. I just haven't really seen any new fun fold ideas. I don't know. It's like everything's kind of the same. But today we're going to be using Impressions Abloom bundle. I'm also going to be using the Sunflower 3D folder. And so that's available online. And I think my camera's crooked. There you go. And what's up with the hair? Yeah, I'm like, what is up with my hair today? Oh, goofy. Okay. Anyway, so let's get started doing some stamping. Less chatting, more stamping. Okay, put the camera down and I am going to use the Designer Series paper, and this is online exclusive also. It's called Floral Impressions. I'm going to be using this piece. I do have a card made with another piece, but and I'll show you at the end. But I do love these colors. So this is Fresh Freesia. This one would be Misty Moonlight, and then Old Olive. So I love that they tell you, obviously, what colors. That's Old Olive also. What colors are in the DSP. Sometimes there's additional colors though. So just saying. And then I did cut out ahead of time the dies from Impressions Abloom. And I'm not sure I'm going to use them all, but I'm going to color some of them. And I'm going to use my blending brushes. I think I'm just going to use Fresh Freesia and Old Olive. And I am going to show you, I did cut this out of silver foil. I used Nested Essentials. So there's 3 different designs in there. And this one, I used the largest of this die, and then I used the next one down so that they do nest, obviously. Nested Essentials, hello. Sometimes I say crazy things and then I think, why did I say that? So this one I love, the curved, rounded corners. It also has the little edges, the little pierced edges. So I have that done ahead of time also. So let me just take my blending brush and start doing some blending with some color. And I'm not going to do it on my glass. I'm actually have a little piece of paper here. And I'm just going to, and what I love about the blending brushes is that it's a soft, if you want a soft, right, a soft color, you can certainly do it. Sometimes I like the, brain cramp, you know, the finger daubers, but sometimes, you know, you don't have it seems like they get kind of bold. And so I really like the softness of these. So what I did was I cut out a large and a small flower from the dies. You can also use your bone folder to kind of give these a little, give them just a little flick on the edges, and it actually will, it's going to be one of those days where I can't think of my words. Gives them a little dimension. Okay, now let's see. I think I'm going to do, I got this one. See how many cute flowers there are in here? You know how much I love flowers. You know, you can add, you can delete, just add a little bit. You can always add more. Can't take away. So let's see if I like all these. I don't know if I'll use all these. Ooh, really bold. Okay, it's okay. Might add a little to this one. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to add it to that one. Okay, I'm going to use my dark green brush on Old Olive. And I'm going to add some color to this leaf. I love this leaf because if you want a stem, you can use it. If you want to, you know, cut it apart and have leaves, you can do that. And this one makes your flowers look so real. It has this little piece here that you can connect to your flowers. Turn it the right way. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. That's enough to play with. Okay, close these up so I don't get my hand in them. And I am going to pull this piece out. So this is a piece of fresh freesia. So what I did here was I cut this 11 by 4¼ I scored it at 5½, and then I cut off 2 3/4, and that's this piece. Okay, so this piece got cut off, and then I'm going to use this. So I ran this through the folder. I did score this at, well, let me tell you. So this is 4¼ right, by 2 3/4, and I did score it at 1/2 inch, and then I ran it through the embossing folder. So we have that little edge there that's going to get tucked under. Okay, so this is scored at 5½. So this is going to be the kind of the fun fold part. And I didn't cut a piece of white. Hang on a second. Why didn't I cut a piece of white? Hang on a second. I will cut it. And it will be 4 by 5¼ And that's going to go on the inside of my card. Okay? So you have to have that in there because this piece is actually going to tuck under here. And that's going to make the fun fold. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach that now. I'm just going to put adhesive right there. I'm going to attach this just like that. And then I'm going to attach this to the inside of my card. Put a little adhesive right there to hold that down. Okay. So I already have a good start to my card now. Okay. And then this piece, I did cut this, let's see, this is 4, probably, that's about perfect. This is 4 by 2 5/8. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the card too. Right? Yes. I'm going to get ahead of myself. Okay. So now we have that. Okay, I hope I was in screen. I think I was. Okay, so now we have this. Looking good. Now we get to play with this. Okay, so this is where the silver piece comes in. And I'm just going to attach this with my liquid glue because that's kind of narrow. And when you use your Stampin' Seal, sometimes it goes over, right? Because it's wider. And also it will sometimes get on your foil. Now, when you're using your liquid glue, go very little, right? You don't want to go too crazy because, again, if this squeezes out onto your foil, you're going to get something you really don't like. Okay, so I'm just going to attach this inside like this and hold it down for a second so that it attaches. And I did not put too much because it's not squeezing out. No glue on my fingers. That's a good thing. Okay. Now I am going to attach my flowers. And I also did some of these little white ones. Oh, I just love these little white flowers. Anyways, don't have to be white, obviously, but I did them white. Okay, now I don't want to overdo this and make this too crazy. So I think I'm going to plan this out a little bit. I'm going to put that there. Put this here. Okay, so that looks good. I could probably cut this one off. Here's what I'm talking about. Cut that off so I have a leaf to use another place since it's going to be hidden underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, put a little glue on here. Put this down. Okay. And then I have these. And you can cut these apart. They look really cute like that, don't they? I love them. Okay, so I am going to cut them apart. I think. And I have these then. And I also have this one. I'm going to cut this one down too. So, you know, your dies obviously can be altered. I do it all the time. And if it works for you, then do it. If it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. But a lot of times the dies can be altered in a way that suits your card better, right? Okay, so this, I'm going to put this right here. And then I am going to put some glue on this one. And I'm going to tuck it, oops, right under here, like that. I hope I didn't get glue there. Oh, I didn't. I think I'm working close to myself and not close enough to you. Okay, so I have that one. Now, do I want to add another one? I could, because this is going to go here. This is going to go here. So another one over here would be cute. I think I'm going to go with another small one. Yep. Going to go with another small one. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to use this one. So, you know, I did all mine in white, and it sure is easy, right? Because when you're cutting, if you do everything in white and then you can tint it, it sure is easy for me to work with. But if you wanted to, you could have cut these out of Old Olive, and then there would be no requiring of the sponging. So obviously these could be cut out of Old Olive cardstock. These could be cut out of Fresh Freesia cardstock. Poof, pretty easy, pretty freeing doing it that way. Okay, so now I'm going to add this and this right here. And I think that's all. I don't think I'm going to use this one. And I think I might use this one just to bring a little green down here, like that. Okay. And then these little white ones, I'm going to put one there, and one there, just random. Use my take your pick tool. There. And there. Okay. Now, I did not cut out the centers. I should have. I could have cut those out of Fresh Freesia. I might add those later. The centers. The other card I did cut those out of the colored cardstock, so I think I will add those later. For now, I could just leave them like they are, or I could actually add a little more color to the center. But, nah, I think I'll add the Fresh Freesia dots. Whoops. The Fresh Freesia dots later. So you'll see that when I take the picture. Okay, now, sentiment-wise, I am going to use from another stamp set, and it's called oh man, almost fell. The Right Words. You're So Kind. And this is a red rubber set, and I'm going to stamp this in Misty Moonlight. And I have a little circle here, so this is a let me see. What size is this circle? It's perfect for this sentiment. I want to make sure what it is. Yeah, it's 1 1/4. And then I have a Fresh Freesia one that's 1 1/2. Okay, so let's see if I can line this up. Yay! Okay, good job, Trevis. All right, so I'm going to add these together. Make sure that's dry so it doesn't smear. Put a couple dimensionals on the back. I just think this card is, I mean, wouldn't you love to get this card in the mail? I would. Okay. And then, because it has that silver, I thought I would use these embellishments. These are called Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearls. So I'm going to use some of these. Don't really need them because I do have a lot going on, but I like them and I'm going to use them. So you wouldn't have to, right? I think I want to add one here. They're all the same. Oh, no, they aren't. They're smaller ones. Hang on a second. Let's add a small one. That one. So I always add in 3s. And this one. Okay, so I have 3 of those on there. Okay, did I forget anything? I don't think I did. Okay, so let me show you the other card I made, and you'll see the difference on the flower, okay, because I added the centers of the flower, which I will do. I'll add those fresh freesia dots, okay? But here's the other flower, the other card. Same design, same piece of DSP, actually, but the DSP has all 5 of the in colors in it. So depending on where you cut it, you will get totally different, right? Totally different look. And this is Strawberry Slush. And I used a different green. I should have probably used this dark green. I kind of wish I had. But I did the same idea, right? And I did cut those centers, and you can see the difference. It really needs that. And I added an extra flower and a couple extra leaves. So I don't know. What do you think? I like them both. It just depends. But I think they're both cute. So thanks for watching today. My name's Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Tuesday for another Stampin' card. Thanks for watching. Bye.